And I'm not saying allegedly, Curtis. I know what you've been doing. Truth is, Curtis is a swish. Truth is, Curtis is a swish. Been a swish. For many years. Everyone knows it.
So last night she implied that 50 Cent is gay. The boys in the audience were like, ow, that's one for our side.
50 Cent just found himself in the middle of the most humiliating leak of his career. Jaguar Wright just dropped a shocking tape that allegedly exposes 50 in ways no one ever expected, and it's not with women. The footage is spreading fast, and the streets are buzzing with whispers that this might be even worse than the allegations against Diddy. 50, known for airing out other people's dirty laundry, is now on the receiving end. For years, he's taken shots at Diddy, hinting at secret freak-off parties and exposing industry scandals. But now that the tables have turned, he's losing it, going on an unhinged rant against Jaguar Wright. Still, the damage is already done. Jaguar has built a reputation for pulling back the curtain on the dark side of the music industry, and when she set her sights on 50, people paid attention. She didn't just hint. She outright claimed that he's been involved in the very same things he's accused others of. But this accusation didn't come out of nowhere. The internet never forgets, and people quickly dug up receipts. One of the first things resurfacing? That infamous XXL magazine cover from 2010, proof that 50's past might be catching up with him.
I think the first time we met, you came out off. First time that we met was in BET.
Yeah.
I was getting a haircut. And, what was that? 106 Fall. I think 106
And I came in the dressing room.
Yeah, that was the first time.
Yeah, I ran back there because, like, I was always excited about the idea of something.
Back then, people side-eyed it, but didn't think much of it. Now, though, that XXL cover hits differently. Let's break it down. 50 Cent standing behind a shirtless Soulja Boy, gripping his chain, pants low, the stance, the positioning, the energy. It was giving something else, and in today's context, it's raising all kinds of questions.
If you Google the cover, 50's wearing like all white, like tight, and then he's got a mask over his head, and he's got his hand around Soulja Boy. It looked kind of booty bandish-ish. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
At the time, people joked about the XXL cover looking weird, but years later, Vivica A. Fox used it as evidence when she hinted that 50 might be on the DL. Now, with Jaguar Wright's allegations spreading, people are connecting the dots. Vivica tried to warn us years ago, but no one listened. Back in 2003, 50 and Vivica were that couple. He was at the peak of his rap career. She was one of Hollywood's biggest actresses, and together, they were unstoppable. But their romance didn't last. Years later, Vivica sat down with Vlad TV, getting nostalgic about their time together. She admitted that all the media attention ultimately ruined their relationship.
And I was used to fame, you know, and the main thing that what the relationship was that we just went way too public, way too fast. The love that I had for him, and still to this day, will always, like, he was the love of my life. I will admit that without any reservations. He will always have a very special place in my heart. But the reason why the relationship ended was because we just went public way too fast, had way too many people in our business. And
Vivica straight up called 50 the love of her life and admitted she'd do things differently if given a second chance. Fans got in their feelings, but when 50 caught wind of the interview, he didn't exactly swoon. Instead, he co-signed her take, agreeing that outside opinions played a big role in their breakup.
You seem to have been like the world's most amazing boyfriend. Chelsea Handler had great things to say about you. Vivica Fox, she said that you are still the love of her life. Do you have a response to that?
Well, no, I don't. I'm not never bothered by when she says that. You know what I'm saying? Because you say, if you just the timing that at the time that we actually interacted with each other, there was we weren't conscious of everything else that's going on. So she'll always say, if you listen to her, she'll say, I would have been private.
Yeah, she wouldn't have had as many people in y'all's business.
Right, because when it got so uncomfortable with everybody else, like when you get pushed and pulled in different directions without it being even her decision.
Right.
Her publicist to say, do this. This person is, do this, and there's this, and you go.
Apparently, it wasn't just 50 and Vivica calling the shots. Managers, publicists, and everyone in between had a say. And just like that, their fairy tale romance crumbled. Then Vivica stirred the pot again on Watch What Happens Live. She casually hinted that something about 50 seemed off back then, something that wasn't clear at the time. When Andy Cohen brought up 50's claim that Empire's ratings dropped due to too much gay stuff, Vivica didn't even hesitate. She threw a little extra shade his way.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Let's be clear, Vivica never directly said 50 Cent was gay, but everyone knew exactly what she was implying.
You're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh my Lord, please!
She even brought up that same XXL magazine cover as proof that something about 50 seemed off.
We had a great time, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear. So
you mean sometimes if people protest too much about something,
yes,
there's the fire is happening right there in front of them.
Absolutely. I just never forget there was a Vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go.
50 and Soulja Boy weren't about to let that slide. Soulja kicked things off by posting a highly unflattering picture of Vivica with the caption, "Everybody hit up this. She's single and ready to mingle." And 50, he went full petty mode, clowning Vivica for years after that. But he didn't stop there. He took things to a whole different level. Jumping right under Soulja's comment, he added his own spin, cracking jokes about Vivica allegedly licking his behind. Yeah, he went there. He even threw in a 50 Shades of Grey reference, acting like he was trapped in a romance novel he never signed up for. Then, in an interview, he doubled down right on Instagram.
On Instagram?
I said, oh no, because I let her lick my you think I'm gay.
And 50 wasn't done. He clowned Vivica hard, even comparing her to a trans man, saying they had the same features. He was out for blood. Meanwhile, Soulja Boy tried to play it cool, calling his bond with 50 strong and claiming, without 50, there'd be no Soulja Boy. But as they hyped each other up, people started side-eyeing their friendship, wondering if maybe, just maybe, Vivica had been onto something all along.
What's up, this is Kid 50 Cent, and with Soulja Boy, you're shopping in the mart right now. Feels good, you know what I mean? My man is hottest thing on the street right now. You see me learn to dance on Rap City. If you ain't seen, you better go. You know that? You don't want. We're getting going. I like Soulja Boy. I like Soulja Boy a lot.
Vivica eventually apologized to Soulja Boy, but when it came to 50, she didn't say a word. Instead, she doubled down, claiming everything 50 said about their relationship was a lie. But here's the thing. If the rumors weren't true, why were they so mad? If it was all just lies, wouldn't they have just laughed it off? Instead, they went into full attack mode. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Apparently, Soulja Boy has been in the mix for a while now, and not just for his music. Word on the street is he's been passed around like an industry favor. And the latest receipts? They've got his name all over them. Then came the bombshell. An alleged former partner of Soulja Boy came forward in an interview, spilling all the details about their secret relationship. And now, the internet is in shambles.
Soulja Boy back in April when he came to Niagara Falls, and they have swapped numbers, to his friend, whatever, Jaguar Wright, and me and him just been kicking it for a little while. And until about last month, where I told him, like, you gotta stop living in a lie. You gotta stop pretending like you're not gay, because it's like.
And when I say details, I mean receipts, text messages, gifts, and more. Soulja allegedly bought designer bags, a puppy named Treasure, and pulled industry strings just to keep the man quiet. The effort to keep this under wraps? Next level. But now, it's all out.
He bought me the dog a month and a half ago, and her name is Treasure. And he also bought me the Gucci bag, the dog carrier bag, and it's real. So I'm feeling like if I'm being treated like a sidekick, I'm telling everything. I got the text messages and everything.
The situation got even weirder when an old Instagram live between Soulja Boy and Nicki Minaj resurfaced. And if you haven't seen it, yeah, it's interesting. At one point, Nicki asked if he knew any DL rappers, and his reaction? It said it all.
You think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen! We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no! We don't know about that.
Okay. Because I do.
You said what?
Oh, I said I do.
The way that man straightened up and started fumbling. Y'all, it was giving panic. He dodged the question, laughed awkwardly, and kept avoiding answering because, at this point, the math is matting. Meanwhile, Vivica kept going off in other interviews, including a heated sit-down with Wendy Williams.
Someone has to be the bigger person. And so I walked over to him, and we sat. I gave him a hug. We talked for a few minutes, and that was that. And hopefully
a few minutes.
Yeah, even in 2023 on Sherry Shepherd's show, Vivica admitted she still had deep feelings for 50 Cent.
He was in love with you, girl. Would you ever think about getting back together with Mr. Curtis Jackson if he came?
Well, Ben and Jen did it again. Why not?
50, however, wasn't exactly on the same page. In a throwback post, he shared a clip from his 2003 BET Awards speech, the moment he first publicly flirted with Vivica. But his caption? Cold, he wrote, asterisk, I look back at some of the _ I did and gotta learn to shut up. Look at that look at the end. That's trouble. WTF. Asterisk, basically, he was calling that whole relationship a mistake. And that's when the streets really started talking. Because it wasn't just Vivica hinting at something about 50, other whispers had been floating around for years. A blind item once circulated about a rapper who constantly called out others for being DL but allegedly threw the same kinds of parties himself. Then there was the time openly gay singer Rufus Wainwright professed his love for 50, saying, asterisk, I know he's gay. Feel free to call me anytime. Asterisk, and let's not forget the game-dropping cryptic comments about 50's preferences back in the day. Then enter Daphne Joy, 50's ex, and the mother of his son. After 50 started going in on Diddy for his rumored freak-off lifestyle, Daphne had enough. She clapped back, hinting that 50 needed to worry about his own past before pointing fingers. She all but confirmed that whatever 50 was accusing Diddy of, he had a little experience with too. But it didn't stop there. After Vivica spilled her tea, Jaguar Wright decided to add her 2 cents. And baby, if Jaguar is speaking on you, you might as well pack it up. Because one thing about Jaguar, she's going to tell it all. And here's where things get really suspicious, because 50 Cent has spent years accusing others of being DL, name a rapper, and 50 has probably called them gay at some point. Take Diddy, for example. 50 has constantly posted shady pictures of Diddy at parties, hinting that something was off. Or Rick Ross, 50's enemy for life. Remember when he posted those edited pics of Diddy and Ross looking a little too cozy? Turns out it might not have been so far from the truth. And then there was that infamous shot of Diddy and Steve Stout, both rocking pink outfits, with 50 basically implying something was up. But according to Jaguar, 50 knew the game a little too well.
It seems like 50 Cent is trying to take down Diddy.
No, he's trying to move Diddy and Jay-Z out the way so he can run it. And the truth is, I ain't mad at him. I just don't.
It's been a pattern, and for the longest time, people just assumed 50 was trolling.
But now,
Folks are starting to think it might be projection. Why is 50 always talking about other men's sexuality if he's totally straight? Jaguar Wright took this theory and blew the lid off. She didn't just hint. She went all the way in, claiming that 50 has been calling out gay celebrities for years while secretly hiding his own skeletons. According to Jaguar, 50 was the one who introduced Soulja Boy to that side of the industry. And not only did she say it, she claimed she saw it. As in, she allegedly watched a whole tape of 50 and Soulja getting to it.
I get an old picture of Soulja Boy when he was 15, and I bet you get as generous as a laugh. I know it's Jack, we got enough.
Allegedly, 50 Cent, Soulja Boy, and other men were involved in a secret industry party, and that's not all. Jaguar even hinted that Soulja had been passed around, claiming 50 was the one who introduced him to the scene. If true, this would mean 50 has been deep in the same industry circles he constantly exposes. It's giving hypocrisy at the highest level.
He died in Shreveport acting a fool, but I ain't gonna put you in there.
Yeah, Shreveport doing what?
Acting a fool.
And she didn't stop there. According to Jaguar, Soulja Boy wasn't the only one caught up in that scene. She suggested that 50 had some things go down while he was in prison and even had to pay people off to keep quiet about it. Then came the XXL magazine drama all over again. Jaguar doubled down, saying that everyone knew something was off about that shoot. She called out the way 50 was standing over Soulja Boy, almost like he was showing him off. And she didn't forget that weird BDSM-style mask 50 was rocking. According to her, the entire cover was a message, one we all missed. But looking back now, it's making too much sense.
Somebody should ask Soulja Boy how loving he is. He's very loving. All that time they spent together and the way he believed in him. Oh my God. They were almost inseparable. Truth is, Curtis is a swish. Been a swish. For many years. Everyone knows it.
Oh, and let's not forget about the house Jaguar mentioned.
Why did Curtis Jackson lie to everybody? Why doesn't Curtis Jackson tell people that he has a house in Carrollton, and he's had a house in Carrollton for over 7 years? That he comes down here, getting a lay of the land, hiring private investigators to follow people around. Why didn't he tell anybody that Millennium Studios, which is now G-Unit Studios, was already there? Why is he pretending like he built it from the ground up? He didn't. He bought it. I know Millennium. I used to go there all the time.
It exists.
Yeah, I know. So why did he lie to everybody? Why did he tell everybody his studio was going to be in Texas? Why did he keep it so quiet? Why did nobody in Shreveport?
Y'all already know Mike Tyson's house had a wild reputation back in the day. According to Jaguar, those crazy parties didn't stop when 50 bought it.
Just like Mike Tyson. Does every time Mike Tyson stuck his this makes him any less the he is in the ring? See, and I think that's the problem. People don't understand when it comes to this hypersexuality in hip-hop and masculinity. A lot of people don't realize a lot of the archetypes and everything that they built on are built around Roman soldiers, Greek soldiers, who used butt breaking as a way to trauma bond with each other so that they would kill for each other on the field. You got to think about it. Real soldiers back in those days, they didn't spend a lot of time around women. Women were something that happened or something that you did to have babies with. Most of your time was spent with the men in the field.
Then Jaguar dropped the real bombshell. She claimed 50 Cent had encounters in prison and paid people to keep quiet about it. According to her, that's why he never directly denies anything. Instead, he clowns people to distract from the truth.
Kind of monster. In another kind of way. He don't want things to change. He just want to be the one that's running it. See? Easiest thing to do is to take your enemy's feet and hold them to the fire for things you know that they won't admit.
According to Jaguar, he should just come out of the closet.
I'm sick and tired of him. I'd have more respect for him if he came out the closet.
It seems like...
Because he's a lot more bold.
According to Jaguar, 50 Cent should just come out already.
I'm tell you, nah. Ask me, could he take me shopping? And it fucked me up because I'm looking like, what the fuck is this nigga just like, I want to take you shopping. I got a bankroll on this.
And let's not forget the whole Diddy situation. Remember, when 50 was out here claiming that Diddy once tried to take him on an all-expenses-paid shopping spree?
You know that they wanted me. Which is why when that C&D came around, he took all of that Diddy down. Because of his team.
At the time, everyone laughed it off as just 50 clowning Diddy. But looking back, maybe Diddy wasn't shooting his shot at just anyone. Maybe he knew something we didn't. Let's be real, Diddy doesn't approach men unless he knows there's a chance. So if 50 is really as straight as he claims, why was Diddy so comfortable making that kind of offer? Then, after Jaguar's accusations started gaining traction, 50 suddenly stopped talking about Diddy. Suspicious, right? People started wondering, was he scared because the tape actually exists?
In his dressing room. That was the first time. Yeah, I ran back there because, like, I was always...
Jaguar made it clear 50 could troll all he wanted, but she wasn't backing down. She even challenged him to sue her if she was lying. And guess what? Nothing happened, no lawsuits. No clapbacks. No Instagram rants from 50's burner accounts. Just silence. Some fans completely believe Jaguar, saying 50's lack of response speaks volumes. Others think she's just clout chasing. But if that's true, why hasn't 50 sued her yet? If it were all lies, wouldn't he shut it down immediately? At least, that's what fans are saying. One comment even read, asterisk, if 50 don't come after her or sue her, she ain't lying, cause we all know how petty 50 is. So, what do y'all think? Did Jaguar Wright just drop the biggest bomb on 50 Cent's image? Or is this just another wild industry rumor? Either way, the drama isn't over. And you already know, we'll be back with more updates. Make sure to check out our next video, because if you think this is crazy, wait until you hear what's coming next.